I'm glad you stopped, bro. I need to pick me up today, and no one can make me smile like you do.
Well, I do what I can for my man.
Where have you been all my life? Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
How long?
Ain't too long. You're good for me, and
you know,
work
you
well
are
together.
the first real cornball that I've ever dated.
Hey, I feel like a cornball, but no one has ever made me feel this way. I'm convinced. You're the one for me.
You know, look at you. Your hands all shaking, sweaty palms. When I met you in the park, you were all suave and smooth and confident.
Yeah, and I'm still that. What? Oh, I don't know, Eve. Something's happening.
What's happening?
My heart's jittering. I get all jittery. And this cheeseball dude pops up at times.
At times, is it sporadic?
Don't play. You know you like it. Hey, remember, I snagged you.
Well, that was 2 months ago, and I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Seriously? You know we've got this thing, Eve Johnson. I love you. And you don't have to echo me because I've been feeling this way for a while, so I'm just...
I love you.
You don't have to say that.
This has been going on since our 3-week anniversary, but I didn't want to scare you.
Oh, you can't scare me.
But I know what you mean when you say we work.
I mean, you know, it's like fire shut up in my bones.
All right. You sure it's not an STD? Because we can get that checked.
Wow, it's not an STD. Hey, come here. Eve Johnson, I want to thank you for looking past all my issues. That takes a phenomenal woman, and those you keep.
Well, how long you planning on keeping me? Because I got to find my husband. I can't keep being your little boo thing when I got to find Mr. Right, Mr. Winfrey.
Well, if you close your eyes real tight, you could see us together forever, Mrs. Winfrey.
Mrs. Winfrey? Is that a proposal?
Not an official proposal, but I've been thinking about it.
Good answer. Because if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. A big ring.
Nothing but the best for my baby.
There you go. You better say that. Because the Holy Spirit is about to fall up in here.
Whoa, get yourself together. It's all right. It's okay.
So what was going on with you earlier? You look like you lost your best friend.
My boy Jermaine, we had a little situation. It started yesterday when we were waiting for the game to come on. The doorbell rang. The police officer came to arrest Jermaine. I mean, it was literally moments after we learned he checks his woman.
What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but I want to know what he meant.
I didn't quite understand it either until today when we got back to the house. Jermaine's girl showed up with her father, the police officer. The same police officer, Eve.
Shut up. What? This tea is better than Louisiana and Lipton.
Tea? Nah, girl, this Kool-Aid. Don't trip.
Keep going.
Okay, no, but, Eve, she looked bad. Hey, I still can't believe Jermaine did that to her. He did a job on her.
You mean your friend Jermaine? How long have you known him?
Elva, that's what's so crazy.
It had to be a sign, something, anything. I mean, jealousy, verbal abuse.
Nothing, no signs. I mean, he says he checks his woman, but you know how people exaggerate. I figured at best it was just a verbal thing because he said it was no big deal.
Well, I guess you did lose your best friend.
Look, I'm telling you, that's not the guy I know. He can pull any woman he wants.
Well, I'm glad that she had him arrested. More women need to do stuff like that.
Yeah, well, the guys and I bailed him out.
You what? Why did you do that?
Do what?
Bail him out.
He's going to pay us all back next week. And he's one of my closest friends. I couldn't have him sitting in jail. Plus, he was there with me through all my craziness.
Adam, you have to let him go. He is troubled.
Well, now Mr. Trouble's my roommate for a couple months.
What? A grown man? Doesn't he have his own place?
He does, but she gave him an ultimatum not to come home or else she would file charges against him. Not to mention the restraining order she took out. So temporarily, he'll be staying here until she's back up on her feet.
But Adam, how do you feel about this? Domestic violence? Have you ever put your hands on a female?
Oh, no, come on now. I would never do anything like that. Hey, we've been trying to talk some sense into him. The whole experience has opened his eyes.
Well, But what concerns me is how you didn't see it. Or maybe you chose to ignore it.
Look, I found out about it yesterday just like everybody else.
How do I know you're not like him?
What? Okay, Eve, look. I'm not that guy. That's Jermaine.
I've had too many dysfunctional relationships.
And I get that, but that has nothing to do with me.
It's just too close for me.
Look, we've gotten way off topic. You asked me why I wasn't in the best of moods earlier, and that's the reason. But that's changed now. Because you're here. And the future's ours. So let's look. Let's focus on that, our 5 children, and our residents in the gated community. Mrs. Winfrey.
She was only 21. When the neighbors heard the commotion, they called the police. On the way to the hospital, I just remember Mom saying, let her be okay. Just, God, please let her be okay. When we got there, her eyes were black and swollen shut. Her arm was just sitting there and broken in a sling. Her husband was nowhere to be found. We barely had enough time to just say goodbye. He murdered my sister. I still see her just lying there in the coffin, just lifeless, helpless.
Eve, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I mean, why did she let him do that to her? Why did she just call the police, call Daddy, call me? Why didn't she just call me? I love my sister. I still love my sister. But she was weak.
Eve, if anyone was weak, it was him. She was the victim.
I promised myself that I will never let that happen to me. No man is going to put his hands on me. I'm sorry, Adam, but we can't be together.
Well, where did that come from? And where are you going?
I'm going home. I'm sorry, Adam. Your friend, I just can't.
So you're just going to walk out like that? We can't talk about it?
Your friend beats women. My sister was killed by her husband. I'm sorry, Adam. I refuse to be like any of those women.
Look, I know you're scared, but it's not that simple. Besides, walking away from me doesn't mean it won't still happen to you. It only gives life and breath to your fears.
Whatever. I'm out of here. And for the record, I'm not scared. And yeah, you're right. It's not that simple.
Hold on, Eve. You can't leave like this.
Yes, I can. And you're going to be leaving in a body bag if you don't take your hands off of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Adam. It's just, look, I'm sorry.
I understand you're scared, but I love you. I'm not your brother-in-law.
I know you're not, but your boy is. And probably the rest of your friends are too.
And you can't judge my friends based on the actions of one. How do I know you and your girls aren't a bunch of crazy, deranged psychos? I don't. So that's why we need to ride this road a little farther.
I can't connect myself to anything remotely close to that life. All right, I'll make your deal. We can keep riding if you cut all ties to Jermaine.
Eve, you can't be serious.
Dead serious. It will only work if he goes. It will only work. It will only work if he goes. I will only stay. I will only stay if he goes. There's no other way for me to stay. The choice is yours. One of your closest friends enjoys domestic violence. I'm trying to understand the bond that ties you two. You had to see the signs, the handwriting on the wall. Maybe you're just the same. Maybe I'll never know. I can't connect myself to the pain I once endured. I must protect myself, and sure it never happened to me. To me, it will only work. It will only work if he goes. It will only work. It will only work if he goes. I will only stay. I will only stay if he goes. There's no other way for me to stay. The choice is yours. I've seen the headlines, heard heartbreaking stories. I lost my sister to a man that abused her. So listen clearly. Oh, I can't be with you if you keep that traveling, good for nothing domain as your friend. I can't pretend that is okay. I can't connect myself to the pain I once endured. I must protect myself, and sure it never happened to me. To me, it will only work. It will only work if he goes. It will only work. It will only work if he goes. I will only stay. I will only stay if he goes. There's no other way for me to stay. The choice is yours.
Look, before I go dropping folk out my life, let's do this. I'll host a party here at the house. You invite your friends over, and I'll do the same. And then we'll make a decision. And I will honor whatever it is you say.
I'll do it. On one term, no Jermaine. Now we can invite all our friends except
Jermaine, Eve, you're killing me. You should get to know him first.
there's nothing to get to know. I don't like him. So we'll invite all our friends.
Okay. We're having a party.
Yes, we're having a party with no high hopes and no
Jermaine. Hey, that's going to be tricky, considering he does live here.
It will only work. It will only work if he goes. It will only work. It will only work if he goes. I will only stay. I will only stay if he goes. There's no other way for me to stay. The choice